Shirley and I have always had a very special bond, and we both were raised in the region, or da region. She from Gary, and I from Calumet City, Hammond, Indiana. We met at Northwestern, and there's nothing. It's so special to have Shirley, and anyway, lots of good memories and lots of meaningful words from Shirley. And of course, I'm so touched by it. I want to also thank tonight the Chicago Council for honoring me tonight as an apolitical, humanitarian Chicago businesswoman. And I want to thank all of you for coming tonight, because I'm talking to friends, and I know so many of you have come, and so I thank you for spending an evening with us. It's very fitting, actually, that I be introduced by my dear friend Shirley, and who is the founder of Pathways. And and you have known how much she has touched the lives of children, and it's been an amazing journey with what she has done for children. I love the pamphlet, Is My Baby All Right, that was put in pediatricians' offices, because as so many of you know, the pediatrician would say, oh, you're a new mother, don't worry so much. But you know what? A mother is the best judge of, is my baby all right? So it's fitting that I be introduced by Shirley, and then it's also fitting that I am in the company of the Shriver family and Special Olympics. Both Shirley and Eunice created organizations to help children with developmental challenges. America has long marginalized children with differences, whether they are physical or ethnic. And for the past 2 years, America has marginalized the immigrant DACA child, the dreamers, who were brought to our shores as innocents under the age of 12. It actually was the Chicago Council on Global Affairs who began the immigrant journey for me. CCGA commissioned a white paper on the impact of immigration on the Midwest economy. Our committee went to Washington at the time of the sequester, and everyone was too busy to listen to us, so we came back to Chicago and formed the Illinois Business Immigration Coalition, or IBIC, which now has over 127 business members. We've been focused on meaningful immigration reform because it's economically important and morally right. Our immediate goal is the DREAM Act. Let me take you back a moment to tell you a little bit about the Dreamers. President Barack Obama created the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, in 2012. The undocumented child signs up for a 2-year work permit, which gives them a Social Security number so that they can get a job and work legally. There are nearly 700,000 of them. Our private universities in Illinois began educating them first because they didn't have to have a Social Security. This was before DACA came in. That led them to a career where they could work, but because they had no Social Security, they couldn't get a job. But DePaul, IIT, and University of Chicago, and Loyola were first to educate the undocumented. Some DACA children are still in the workforce, but most of them are in the some are still in school, but most of them are in the workforce now. They are teachers, doctors, nurses, engineers, architects, accountants, entrepreneurs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They work for our IBEC members, like Molex, who employs 250 DACA engineers. Exelon employs 25 DACA engineers. and Presence Health, 70 physicians and healthcare workers. Rush University Medical Center has hired 4 DACA healthcare workers. Some of you read about our IBIC member, WeatherTech CEO David McNeil, who has 2 DACA employees covered by the program. And one of them is an 11-year-old employee and the company's export manager, and he's worried that she will be deported. Let's face it, we have a DACA workforce, and I'm coining that word tonight, that America needs. They are an economic force at a time when America's labor pool is aging. Skilled workers are already in short supply. U.S. unemployment rate is 3.8%, and in Colorado, it is 2.2%. And Canada is rubbing its hands and saying, come live in peace with us, and we'll take your whole family, and we will take you in, and Vancouver is the place that they're all heading up towards. Last October, the United States government began using DACA as a bargaining chip, and we began to marginalize them. We have caused them stress and anxiety, and we have broken their dreams. Every week, one more immigration try. Aren't you getting tired of hearing that? When are we, the people, going to take back America with the values, trust, and the hope of our founding fathers? What have we become as a nation? Patty Davis, President Ronald Reagan's daughter, recently said that our immigration laws are cruel. And she quoted the final words of Reagan's famous "A Time for Choosing" speech from 1964. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. As you all know, we are having another crisis in America with children. We are cruelly separating migrant children from their parents at the border. We, the people, need to come together in a nonpartisan, non-political way and stop using children as a political football. These children have become children of a lesser America. We, the people, must take back America with justice and mercy for all, especially innocent children. And I thank you, and God bless you, and good night.